Okay, this is a typical MATLAB window where we want to design our vehicle. Okay, so we'll begin one by one. In a vehicle, initially, if we say an automobile, there will be a vehicle body, entire body, tires, and other things. Then motor converter, controller, and other accessories, battery and all. So we'll go with the one by one factor that. First, we'll select a vehicle body. There is a in this library, in this particular window, there is a library browser present. So I will just click it on. You will get the browser. You will get the entire library of MATLAB. So Simulink, automated driving toolbox, control system box, fuzzy logic toolbox. Any engineering students can use it. So there is no issue. Simscape, then electrical. Motor drives, integrated circuits, passive circuits, entire thing is there. There are a number of set of toolboxes available here. So you have to select appropriate toolbox. Otherwise, I will give you a trick, a short trick that you just in a workspace you just double click it, okay, and you type vehicle body. There are a number of body. I will choose simple. First option, simple body. So here the block will appear. So I just rotate it. Control R. If you press, then you will rotate it easily. So hope you are able to look. H, V, W, beta, NF, NR. These are the connection ports available. So NF and R, that is front and rear wheel. Okay. H is a control signal. V is a velocity, output signal. W is a input wind velocity, and beta is a grading angle. Vehicle can travel in any kind of road. If it is in a hilly area, then uphill and downhill road surfaces are there. So if you keep an angle of 10 degree, the vehicle performance will vary. Okay. So why to design with a MATLAB? It's because instead of designing physical vehicle, it's better to go with the MATLAB solution, because the physical design of vehicle may require a time span of 1 to 2 months. We have to bring all the components. We have to design from a scratch, and then we have to manufacture. Then we have to test the parameter. But it requires time and cost. So better if we have a MATLAB Simulink, we can design a whole vehicle in that, and we can test it, and we then afterwards, after testing in MATLAB, we can go for the actual design. So this save your time, it save your money also. Okay, so we have started with the vehicle body. You just double click it on the vehicle body. You will see all the block parameters. Each connection port description is given. There is some parameters we have to set, like a mass, number of axles, center of gravity from front axle to and rear axle, center of gravity height. Then if is there any external added mass, that means you can select gravitational acceleration. Of course, it's a 9.81 in on Earth, and a negative normal force warning. That is, if any force is acting opposite to the natural normal motion, then you can act. Okay. Then drag, pitch, variables like that you can. In a drag, you can set a frontal area of a vehicle, because each vehicle having different front area. If you look at a I will give an example of a car, which I will suggest. If you look at the WagonR, Maruti Suzuki WagonR, the frontal area of WagonR is somewhat different. If you look at the Tata Safari, the frontal area is somewhat different. So if you look at the truck, the frontal area is different. So you have to set accordingly which kind of vehicle you are supposed to design. An ordinary car is having a frontal area of say 3 square meter, 2 to 3 square meter. So and its mass is nearby 1000 kg to 1200 kg. Okay, so I will leave this parameter as it is for now. Afterwards, we'll change. Okay, so moreover, if you right click on that block, there is an option of help. Help. Here, if you click it on, yeah, Just we have to wait for a time. Yes, here entire description is given. Vehicle body, model, how it works, what are the different factors, parameters, equations, entire factor. What is each port is talking about. It is given in here. Okay. So even some examples are also given here. So example means that where that body is incorporated. Okay. So you may find some examples also for any each and every block set in a MATLAB. You can just right click it and go to help. You will get entire details of that particular block. How to connect, where to connect, you can get it. Okay. So I'll close it. Now this is vehicle body. Now body is there, but we need some tires. Okay. So I will again double click it. I will search for tire. Tire magic formula. Okay. So again, this is I will just enlarge it to give it. H is a again H is a driving signal. N is a control signal. A is a axle. So you have to connect it in appropriate way. Again, you can double click it, you will get the parameters. So rated vertical load 3000 Newton force. That is depending upon the vehicle weight. You must have to do you must have some expertise in automotive engineering additionally, so that you are able to calculate the vertical load and other related parameters. Okay, so I will leave it as it is. However, we require at least 2 tires for axle. So I will just copy it and I will paste it. So here my I'm having 2 tires, vehicle tires. Okay. Now we have to connect it. A is the axle, and here also you have to connect with it. H is a driving signal. So I will connect H to with the vehicle body, and the tire second tire I will also connect here. Okay. So H and H is connected, both tires and vehicle bodies get connected. Now NR and NF. NF is a front control signal, front wheel control signal, and NR is a rear wheel control signal. Basically, in a car, all the cars are front wheel driven basically, and heavy vehicles, truck and bus are rear wheel driven. So just we are taking here car example, and we'll connect the front NF to the control signals here, and remaining other tires also similarly we have to connect. Now S is a slip, which is not required here, because if you want to calculate some slip related parameters, how vehicle can skid in the braking and all that also you can do it. Now we have connected a vehicle and tire. Now what else we require is we require differential. I will type here DIFF differential. Yes, here is a differential. I will rotate it. Control R if you press, it will rotate in any dimension. I'll just zoom into it. So D is a differential main connecting line. I have to connect both axles. So S1 and S2. So I will connect S1 to the axle of one tire and S2 to the another axle of another tire. Okay, A and A. Now again, some gearing mechanism we require. So with the help of, I will type simple gear. That is single gear system. So here I will connect. So B and F. You just double click it, you will get it. Okay. Here I will set in same direction as a input shaft. Otherwise, vehicle will rotate in opposite direction, reverse manner. Okay. So whatever input torque given by motor, it should appear in a same direction. Okay. So I will connect this F to D. Now we have completed our vehicle. Okay. Now what else we require? We have a vehicle body, we have tires, we have differential, and we have one single gear. Here you can set number of teeth and all. I will just keep it as a 2. By default value I am setting for now, and then we'll change it afterwards. Okay. Now the main factor is a motor. We require a motor to connect it. So I will just type motor. I will select DC motor. So DC motor, I will double click it. Here there are motor parameters. Either you can select by equivalent circuit or by rated speed. Better to select with the rated load and speed. Here you can set no load speed, rated speed, HP or rated load, like that we can set. I will set it afterwards. Okay. Some mechanical factors also you can set. So I will connect this R with a B of a simple gear. Then we require a mechanical rotational reference. With respect to this reference, the vehicle will, that shaft will rotate. Okay, so I connected it. Now we have motor positive terminal and motor negative terminal. So what we have to do is we need now power converter. So I will type H bridge converter. This is H bridge converter. Why I have chosen it is readily available. So PWM is a control signal here. REF is forward, reverse, and brake. So all, because vehicle has to move in either in forward direction, reverse direction, or in a braking condition. So simply I will connect this positive terminal of H bridge, output bridge, to the positive terminal of battery, motor, and negative to the negative terminal of motor. So now my power converter is connected. What else we require now is to give a control signal, because unless we have control signal we can't run our vehicle. So I will select controlled PWM voltage. Controlled PWM voltage. So this block is also available. So here I will simply connect PWM to PWM, reference to this, like that. Okay. Now okay, so now we required, we have a converter, controller, vehicle body, chassis, tires, differentials, and gears. But who will drive that vehicle? So we need a driver to drive the vehicle. I will just type driver, sorry, longitudinal driver, longitudinal driver. It is available in powertrain block set. So this is a driver. You can see here a driver. So this is ACCL. CMD means acceleration command. DECEL CMD means deacceleration command. V reference means input velocity. V feedback is a feedback. So we always used to have a feedback from vehicle velocity to input. And then grade. Grade means grading angle. On what slope you are going to drive the vehicle. See, there is a provision to test vehicle in all factors and all parameters. So you can assume all the conditions and you can test your vehicle. So if for say an example, you want to test the vehicle on a slope of 20 degree, up slope I'm talking about, that is plus 20 degrees. So how vehicle will behave, you can test. Okay. So for now I will keep it as here. Okay, now, but it is not possible to connect this acceleration command and brake command directly. You will see here red mark is there, and it unable to connect anywhere. Okay, so what to do? Because here it's a simulink signal. This is simulink signal, and we require physical signal. So there is a one converter, Simulink to PS converter. That is, Simulink signal is converted to the physical signal. You will see the connection here. If I simply connect acceleration command to here, it will get connected. Okay, we require two because we have acceleration command as well as brake command. Okay, these both are connected, but still there is an issue that we cannot connect it directly. Okay, we require one interface medium, that is because this PWM controlled PWM voltage requires some controlled voltage source. So I will type it as a controlled voltage source. There are two types. This belongs to other lab. This will not connect. So again, there will be a issue with the connection. Controlled. There are two types of controlled voltage source. Yeah, this kind of. You will see it belongs to same library. That's why its outer border is a blue color. And this particular control voltage source belongs to other set of library. Library is same, but other set, we can say. So you must select a particular block from a same library. Otherwise, it won't connect. So I will delete this. You look at I needed two because one is acceleration, one is brake. So I have selected two. I will just rotate it. Now I have to connect. This will act as a control signal here. Okay. Now plus and minus we have to connect. This is for acceleration. I will connect to reference. This is for one other is for de-acceleration purpose or braking purpose. So I will connect directly to the brake. Here it is connected. Now driver is connected, but still we need grounding connections. So I will select electrical ground or electrical reference. Electrical reference. It will also appear in a blue color. So I will connect in a. I will connect all the negative points. So everything is connected with respect to this electrical reference. Otherwise, system will not work. Now we have connected. We require now reference speed. So otherwise, what velocity we can consider, that we have to set. Okay. So I will type drive cycle. Drive cycle source. Yes, this is the drive cycle. I will just double click on drive cycle. I will tell you what is drive cycle. Here, n number of drive cycles which are available worldwide. These are the standard testing procedures. FTP 72, FTP 7, FTP means Federal Test Procedure. US 6, SC 6, HWFET, NYCC, New York short cycle, like that. So if you click any cycle, this graph will change. I will show plot cycle. Here you can see. So the system will run like this. The vehicle speed will initially at 0, then it will start to rise. It will reach up to 10, then again it will fall. Like that. In this pattern, vehicle will operate with a different value of speed with respect to time. This particular cycle is belongs to near about 598 seconds. Okay, here description it is mentioned for how much second. So you have to select same time for your simulation. If you click on update simulation time, automatically here on a stop time after 598 the simulation will stop. Similarly, you can select any kind of. I will show some other drive cycles to you. Yes, this is the another operating pattern. Okay. Again, this will LA92 plot cycle. This will appear. Okay. So these are different driving patterns. You can test it for any kind of vehicle. So I will choose afterwards. Just reference speed I have to connect with the vehicle reference. So unless a driver have input reference, how he will drive? Okay, so that's why we need a drive cycle source. Now we need some other facilities. We require vehicle speed measurement system. So again, there will be an issue with here. So this is vehicle speed, but this is again physical signal. Now we have to convert into Simulink signal. So PS Simulink converter I require. Otherwise, it won't give connection. So I will connect here. It again won't connected here. It's PS Simulink converter. After that, you can connect your other system. So this is vehicle output velocity. Okay. Now we have seen one reference in a driver block. Simply we have to connect this velocity with the reference. Sorry, feedback. I will connect in a here. So here feedback is also connected. So control system is having closed loop response. So we have to give the output feedback to the input control value. Otherwise, system will it is open loop. It will be an open loop system, but we require closed loop system. Now we have to see how our vehicle is operating. So we have to see the vehicle velocity. So we require some graph. How we can see the graph? We require scope. This is scope. You have to double click it. It will show some graph after running the simulation. I need two ports, two different ports. I will select here number of input ports 2 because I want to measure actual velocity and reference velocity. So here two arrows are there. I will connect one to vehicle actual velocity and one with the reference velocity. So I can easily see whether my vehicle is running on predefined path, because reference velocity is the drive cycle and V output velocity is actual vehicle speed. So I want to see whether my vehicle is on path or not, accurate path or not. That we can do here. Now what else we have to do is we want to measure distance of the vehicle to be traveled. So distance is a integrating quantity. After particular with a particular velocity, if that vehicle is traveled for 1 hour, how much distance he covered, like that we are supposed to say. Say for an example, if vehicle average velocity is 50 km/h and that vehicle runs for 30 minutes, then easily we can understand that within half an hour that vehicle can travel in 25 kilometers. So that we have to measure. So we require to integrate. So I will get here integrator. I will connect this velocity and we require velocity is with respect to time. So I need product. I will connect one terminal of integration to here with respect to time. So I will select here constant and I will mark it as a 3600. Then again I will I want to see what is my distance in kilometers. I will connect here display. It's a display. So I connected. Okay. Now it will show my distance traveled. Now some other requirements are there with the, yeah, of course we still not connected a battery. Okay. In that H-bridge, there are options: power supply from internal or external. So I will keep it as an internal as it is, but we require to see how battery is charging and discharging. So I will connect some other facilities, current sensor, which to connect a battery, external battery I want to connect. Just I have to remove this. I will connect current sensor here. It is belongs to other library. So I will remove it and I will search for new. Yeah, it belongs to same library. Now it will connect. Okay. Now I want to connect a battery. It's a battery. Here you can set any kind of battery type: lithium ion, lithium, cadmium, lead acid, nickel metal hydride, anything. You can set voltage, current, initial state of charge, everything you can set. But however, it is belongs to some other library. So I need physical signal to Simulink converter, PS Simulink, which can be connected with the info port. Okay. Here afterwards, I need again. I want to connect a controlled current source, but we have to regulate the battery. This is a signal is connected here. I will take a battery. I will connect positive to positive and negative to negative. Okay, so this battery is connected with the system. Now I need my battery measurement system. So here I need bus selector. Here I will choose signals. I will just rotate it. I will connect to the measurement port of battery. Here you will see there are original signals I will remove. I will check for required signal, state of charge of battery, current signal and voltage signal. I will select just one signal to observe a state of battery. Now I need one scope to connect it. Here you can see charging and discharging during driving and braking. We completed our model, but we need some solvers. This is a mathematical model, so we require one solver procedure so that it can solve entire library and it can produce a result. So I will just take solver configuration. This is f of x. Okay, so this is solver configuration. Here you can choose any method of solving: backward Euler, will say show you trapezoidal, or partitioning solver, like that you can. But I will keep it as a default. You have to connect with the electrical reference. One more thing, you have to connect this motor part to the this reference also. Everything should be connected with the reference. Okay, now one more power guy you require. Okay. Because these batteries belong to some other library, so this required its own solver, and this drive line components, this blue contents are belongs to other library, so it requires solver configuration. So almost we have completed our simulation. Okay. So what we will do is we'll try to run it. Okay. So I will, of course, we have not set some parameters. Drive cycle will select. I will select NYCC because it's okay. Now here output velocity in meter per second, but I need kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour. Then here driver I will click. There are two types of control action: PI control and predictive controller. So I will first go with the PI default value. I will select here kilometer per hour. Apply. Now I will go with the reference PWM. So there are PWM frequency and all averaged. You can select any mode. Input scaling. I will keep it as it is default value. Output voltage. Then I will go with the H bridge. Here also I have to do some. I will choose power supply as internal PWM threshold output bridge parameters. Okay, output voltage I will select 48 volt. I will select motor parameter now. So my no load speed is 19,100 RPM. Rated speed is 15,000 RPM, but mechanical power is less. Our vehicle is of here you can change in kilowatt. I will select 10 kilowatt motor. I will say apply because our vehicle is weighted at 1200 kgs. I will select battery parameters 48 volt. Okay, that is fine because we already required 48 volt battery. Here no modifications required. Just we have to select in this for simple gear. We have to select in same direction as input shaft. We have to select. Okay. Here we don't differential. We don't need any variation. Tire also we have selected. Vehicle weight I will keep it as a 1000 kg. Say okay. Now almost our vehicle is ready to run. Now I have selected drive cycle as a NYCC. I have clicked on update simulation time. So it is belongs to 598. So on here you will see the time of 598. Now we have built our vehicle. Now it's time to test the vehicle. So I'll just click on a run. It will load entire system. It will check whether your model is correct or not, and then it will starts to run. There is one error. Enable threshold voltage must be less than PWM amplitude. If I click here, it will show me where is the problem. Here is the problem. Okay, we keep it as a default 2.5. Okay. Now it is running. You can see a simulation time t is equal to I will increase its response time. I will select one short cycle so simulation can run faster. This cycle look like here ECE cycle pattern will be like this. I will go to velocity graph. You may see here that blue line is a reference and yellow line is a actual vehicle velocity. So again, I will try to change the drive cycle from input side and YCC. I will update simulation time and I will click. So again, here blue line is your actual speed and yellow line is a vehicle. Sorry, blue line is the reference speed and yellow line is vehicle speed. So I will just change with driver setting. I will select PI. I will click OK and I will check again response. Now response is somewhat changed. You can see. Okay. So likewise, you can select some different parameters for vehicle. Here you can see the distance in kilometers. Travel distance in kilometer. 2.96 kilometer distance is traveled by the vehicle. Now what else we want to see is the state of charge of the battery. SOC graph. So here you can see the SOC graph. Where when you see the down graph here like that, it is due to the acceleration. And here if you see some increment in SOC, that means the braking action occurred. Okay, that's why decrease, increase like that you see, because we are applying here full regenerative braking. Hence the battery SOC gets increased during braking and decreased during the acceleration time. Okay, here also you can see the here the acceleration there, and at this point the driver have applied the brake. That's why state of charge goes on increasing. So during a particular drive cycle, that the battery only 20% of battery is only utilized for the traveling distance of 2.93 kilometers. 96 kilometers. Okay, so you simply change a drive cycle. I will again change to some other LA92. I will again, it's a cycle of 1435 seconds. Okay, I will run it. Here also you can see it's a discharging, it's a charging. Okay, like that you can test for any of the drive cycle. Again, here blue line is actual reference and yellow line is a actual. So this is how we have designed our electric vehicle in MATLAB, and we have tested it. You can set any, you can change weight, you can change motor HP, you can change driver setting. I'll again go back to the predictive. I will check it once again. Again, I will see velocity graph. So this is somewhat better in a predictive controller as compared to the PI controller. I will again verify my state of charge. Again, this is varying. Okay. So this is how we have designed and tested our electric vehicle in MATLAB. So if you have any query, you please put into chat box. I will answer it. Regarding your some people have registered for certification. To them, I will share on their personal email. You have registered for exam. In that, you have mentioned your email address. So I will share my exam link to that people so that they can attempt the exam and they can get the certificate. After this session, I will share it. Okay. If you have any query, please ask in a chat box.